With it right here with who I started with, be something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, A-Drake, Uno, Central Coast, mob and suicide. Only arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right. Muy buenos dias, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. This is the calle where all the raza hangs at. I appreciate all the day oneers, everyone in the members only, Chicano channels, Chicano pages, man, everyone for your full support. Grab some chenate. If you need a shot, shoot your line. I'll shoot it over to you. But again, you're gonna get my state chenate, okay? So just let me know if you need some. And we're gonna go ahead and talk about a couple things before I keep it pushing on this beautiful, beautiful January 22nd morning. It's a beautiful morning. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know tonight we got a special podcast. Um, it's very it's important when you hear topics, certain issues, that you hear it from the right persons that are witnessing it with firsthand experience. So the Central Coast, where I am, Monterey County, all the surrounding 13 cities, and the Central Valley, with the guest that's coming on tonight, our two counties make up the majority of the farm workers in California. Okay. I'm not trying, no, don't take this the wrong way. I know there's farm workers everywhere. Shout out to the Bay Area. Shout out to LA, SoCal. But we have to just keep it a buck. Our area, the Central Coast, and the Central Valley that's directly east of us have the majority of the farm workers in the whole state. So, from firsthand, you're going to hear from me, un niño that grew up around field workers all my life. I grew up in the fields. Forget about it. For anyone that wants to say anything, and I grew up in the fields, forget about it. Have I deep dived and delved into it? No, no, because I wasn't one of these pendejos that was just coming on YouTube and spilling everything. This is what I did in my entire life. And then they fucking run out of content, and now they're talking about the same shit they did when I caught my case. And you already made like 5 videos about it. But anyways, um, so tonight are the farm workers in danger. Man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about first. We got to get the alpha brain. I appreciate you guys. We already got Corco Door Security in here watching the puerta. Security is enacted and is enforced right now, like the militant Black Panthers, the Chicano movement. We're still militant over here, okay? We don't just let cabrones, even though, again, man, I'm gonna let the whole Alvin thing go. Hold on, Anto. Man, gracias for all your support. We'll talk about little by little. I've been just creeping into politics, man, because I realized the only way to move the needle is to have a voice that moves the needle. And we have a voice that moves the needle. We've had city councilmen, congressmen, we've had the mayor of my city, which I could have just retired after that fucking interview. You know, to me, it's about experiences and moments. And not like the banda world. Oh, fucking numbers, numbers, numbers. Now, someone posted, it was Mexico. Shout out to the youngster Mexico, man, from Rap, and Corridos TV. My boy, stop already. No, no. I mean, I was talking about the caption that you said, top tier celebrity. You know what? The individual probably could have gone a little bit higher instead of just staying in the lowrider circuit, because that's all they are, is in the lowrider circuit. Of course, they're going to go to Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, where the Raza states at. But top tier celebrity, he said yesterday. Cálmate, cabrón. Pinche Mexico, man. Pinche Mexico. I like the plaqueazo, though. Mexico. I like that plaqueazo. Okay, we're gonna talk about that, Corco, because this is all talk versus all action. Um, I didn't think I was going this way, but there's so much misinformation out there. Something we're gonna talk about tonight. I'm man, let's talk about it right now. I'm already in the works. I'm already talking to the leaders, the main ag leaders. They are 100% on board with wanting clear transparency in order to stabilize, well, one, their employees. Okay, because obviously, if you ain't got no employees, them fields ain't picking themselves. I guess I just realized that I was in the prime position to do this and didn't even know it all along. Hold on a second. I feel better last night. I sweated through two t-shirts. I had the white shirt on, the Stafford. I went to sleep with the white shirt on. I sweated through that one. I got up, and I switched to. I put on a Chicano tube shirt, a gray one, and I sweated through that one. And then, so I pretty much sweated everything out last night. I think it took me about 4 days, 4 days to get it over with. So again, watch your senior citizens, man. They're compromised. Okay, watch your senior citizens. And we ain't gonna get into Dr. Fucci no more, the slap in the face, the 42 fake play they ran on all of us. And then if you're not guilty of anything, why do you need a preemptive pardon? Come on. Come on, man. But I guess to some people, 2 plus 2 is 5. I'll hold. Give me a second at the letter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put that up right now. I'm gonna put up the letter. I already got it. I got the letter ready to go. I'm gonna show you something that me and the wife, he said, we got to do, man. We got to do. So this is what happened. Last night, sitting in the living room, the wife just, scrolling the feed. Probably I was scrolling the feed. I forgot what I was doing. Um, and the wife is like, you know what? She had a neighbor of my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law lives in the heart of the Alisal district. I mean, where all the raza at. Where my mother-in-law lives, there's all farm workers. She's surrounded by farm workers. Okay, well, that's just the raza. That's the demographic of our beautiful Alisal district, right? Um, she said that one of the neighbors went to my mother-in-law, and she got very emotional, saying, "I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm a single mom. I'm not gonna put out her immigration status, but I'm a single mom, and I'm here." And now by the time she's telling my mother-in-law this, she's emotional because, again, people want to talk about fear mongering. Look what's on the TV right now, and look what's on the TV for the next 4 years. Did you see that shit on the TV 3 days ago, or the last 4 years and 3 days ago? But now look what's on the TV. So again, we got to set shit straight. Okay. Anyways, and debunk myths. And I feel we owe the raza that, man. So the neighbor went up to my mother-in-law, and I guess that happened. And then my wife mentioned that to me casually in a conversation last night, in the living room. She's like, honey, you know what? There's a lot of situations where people are facing instability. What can we do about that? And boom, the wife is like, I would like to do something about that. And boom, the light went off. I opened my laptop and I proposed an initiative. And we do have a voice. We have a loud voice. Now I'm talking about Chicano too. That's a loud voice too. That's not what's going to move the needle. Neither is a neighborhood council. And I'm sorry, but neither is, well, I'm not sorry, because we got to go higher than the city. Neither is the city council going to move the needle. Neighborhood council, all these boards and commissions, there's a ton of them. And everyone's a politician that is in them. I guess, you consider yourself a politician. You can be when you're on these boards and commissions, of commission to law enforcement, commission to the airports, commission to this and that. I studied it all. I know it all. So locally, we have a bigger voice now because Karina is representative of District 5, the Central Committee, over to the Cal GOP. Here's what I say. Here's what I say. It's not about red. It's not about blue. It's about who the F is going to help our people. You want our vote? You know we got we know we're the super PAC, of the hidden super PAC of California that is just waking up right now. You want our voice? We want clear. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it up right now. Michael S, my boy, I'm letting that shit go, my boy. I'm letting that shit go. Usually I feed into the 510 clips you guys send me. I get it, man. I mean, once a liar, always a liar, but that's just me. I'm from the old school. That's in my book. But some people just need to stick to podcasting. To me, this fucking podcasting thing is turning into some real life shit. I'll tell you why. This is what I wrote last night. Here it is. Damn, can I read it? Damn, it's smaller on my screen. Oh, here it is. Immigration initiative. I'm proposing this one. I just got confirmation. We're on the agenda. And this is not, don't get it twisted. This is not a neighborhood council agenda. This is not a city council agenda. This is a regional political agenda. Okay, that has a lot of strength in numbers because they just gained 10 more counties because the people, maybe they didn't say it, but when they voted, they wanted change. Okay. So I came up with this last night talking to Miss Chicano Tube because, again, the mother-in-law's next door neighbor, I'm not going to say her immigration status, single mom. She, there's a lot of instability. She went over to my mother-in-law's house and says she doesn't know what she's going to do. She's been watching Univision. And what does Univision say? Nothing but shit emojis. But anyways, we came up with this last night. Immigration Initiative. Mike and Christine Diaz, RNHA, care of Monterey County farm workers. Okay. Where my mother-in-law lives, there's 220 units. Almost all 220 units are farm workers. Let that be clear. So I just want to say that because I want people to know they're hearing firsthand information from people that are there. This ain't YouTube. This ain't fucking the internet. This ain't Google. And it looks like this YouTube, served a purpose in my life. It's really going to go and make more of an impact. So here it is. Mike and Christine Diaz, care of RNHA, care of Monterey County Farm Workers, Chicano Tube YouTube podcast, to a general public release. In efforts to provide clarity on immigration practices throughout our Monterey County farm working community, we, Mike and Christine Diaz, lead this initiative on behalf of all Monterey County farm workers to ensure that the RNHA supports them fully in their efforts to acquire transparency of policy practices with immigration agencies. People want to know People want to know with certainty who is being targeted. That's a huge issue, and that's a primary objective here. Obviously, the subject does say immigration objectives. We will, Mike and Christine, provide a bridge of communication between the Monterey County farm workers, contractors, and the CBP Custom Border Patrol and ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, in order to facilitate community communication of any information that is requested, any information that is needed to know, or any information that's not provided to farm workers in Monterey County. No one is talking about a cooperation between everyone to bring complete unity and transparency and will ultimately bring stability. No one is talking about that. Everyone is either seeing it from a red side, you're either seeing it from a blue side, and everyone is just shitting on each other. But no one is talking about how to bridge the gap. Here we go. This would provide stability to Monterey County farm workers, which hasn't been provided under the previous administration. The RNHA supports the farm workers. I don't know how much I feel like I'll get into that right now. I'm gonna start holding some meetings with the farm workers. The RNHA supports the farm workers and have heard their voice for an open line of communication with immigration agencies and their request for support as they pick America's fruits and vegetables. That was so good and so tantamount. Then I'm gonna read that again. Okay. I'm gonna have some man. This just lit a fire, man. Crazy, man. Speaking of lighting a fire, hold on. The alpha brain. 30% off, says Joe Rogan. You see Joe Rogan, wait. Where's Joe Rogan from, huh? He looks kind of British and shit, brother. I know he's an American, but I mean, when you want to get into it, who are the real natives of America? That's a different conversation, cabrones. I want to bring back mi hermano Kiawi. I saw his last YouTube video. It was a great video. If you guys haven't subscribed over to Kiawi, mi hermano, indigenous teacher, he's on IG, YouTube, and TikTok, and it's spelled KIYAHUITL. I want to bring him back on because it's always a great conversation. We'll pick up where we left off on that conversation. I want to read that again. That's so good. The RNHA supports the farm workers and have heard their voice. Do you hear that? We're not telling farm workers propaganda, telling farm workers lies. We're not telling farm workers what to believe has been done to them in the past. The farm workers have already been led astray in the past. They don't need another blind leader leading them astray or pumping them with fear. They need transparency. They need representation. Here we go. And their request, the RNHA supports the farm workers and have heard their voice for an open line of communication with immigration agencies and their request for support as they pick America's fruits and vegetables. We, Mike and Christine, will be a voice for all Monterey County farm workers as we, and again, we're representing our region, gente, because it's kind of like in my my professional businesses, right? I only service so far. Cálmase, cabrones, okay? You know what I mean? If you got a property out in Crescent City or San Diego, oh, absolutely lo puedo vender. I just got to put a lockbox on it. But anyways, just so we have firsthand contact because we're putting ourselves out there as a point of contact if this initiative is accepted and moved forward with. Here it is. Mike, and Christine will be I'll get to the comments right now. Hold on, I just want to read this shit. My bad, I've been pausing. We, Mike and Christine, will be a voice for all Monterey County farm workers as we bridge all voices in the unison towards an understanding of community stabilization. That's what we all want. That's what the raza wants. No one's saying that. Community stabilization. That's like security. Unless you've known what it is to look over your shoulder, cálmase all the Chicanos that were absconding, caught absconding charges. You cabrones, you didn't even report, huh? You're supposed to report within 48 hours. If you don't know what absconding mean, chingado. All the voices in union towards an understanding, community stabilization, and cooperation with state and federal agencies. O sea, no one is saying they want to break the law. No one. Everyone is, okay, let me minimize that. Everyone is saying all they want is a fair shake. Ron Garcia, I will never kiss. The Chicano came out of Ron Garcia live from Olvera Street, cabron. The Chicano came out of Ron Olvera. Buzz 209 stepped in the building. Go to Mike. I'm late. What did I miss? Okay, last night I was having a conversation. It's where the rubber meets the road. And the wife is like, honey, let's do something. about this. And I said, honey, we have all the contacts. We have all the contacts from all the contractors, which there's not that much. There's only 8 to 10. Taylor Farms, Foxy Lettuce, Tanamura and Anto, Fresh Express, Dole, Bud. That's 6. We have all the contacts. They oversee the majority of the land in Monterey County. Again, this to the business owners. This is not to get you involved in immigration issues. No, it's not. I want to make sure I say this correctly so no business owner thinks we're trying to overthrow, impact damage, cause damages to their businesses. What we want is clear transparency and an open line of communication. That's all we want. And so the mother-in-law's neighbor went over to her and she's like single mom with kids, immigration status, won't say it. And she's like, there's instability. And I'm like, you know what? That's too many people that have been talking about instability at the same time. The internet, everyone's just swallowing the shit like the hot to a girl and regurgitating, resharing it, knowing it's a lie. I mean, how many, even if I showed it to you in your face, a lot of people they're just bent, right? They're bent on being one way. Certain glasses get given to us. It's either colleges, they groom us in college, our parents groomed us, or we just want to be a part of the cool kids. Well, let me let you know, the cool kids ain't helping the people out for shit. They just look cool. So I'm sitting on my couch, carnal, Bowie Aguilar, and I open up my laptop and not we're plugged in. Karina Powers, District 5 Central Committee to the Cal GOP, has now made me her official alternate and communications director. Now your boy has a voice. I thought I had a voice before, even with Chicano Tube, again, the 13K in a year and a half. No, now we have a voice. Okay. So I want to make sure this is more than paperwork that's getting pushed. And you'll be able to see it when I host the meetings and talk to the farm workers who I grew up with, who I grew up around. You're talking to a fucking field baby. But I'll hold. I told the wife, how are we going to do something? We got to push it. I know the process now. I've been studying it a little bit. I've been kind of off the radar, not saying shit, but I realized we got to go bigger than the city if we want to move the needle. That political part, it's strength in numbers. They got 10 more counties. The voice is being heard. Guess who CBP and ICE is going to be more cooperative with as far as providing transparent information? Guess who? Guess who? Not people that are fighting against them. Who are they going to cooperate with? Again, it's a whole different topic. We'll talk about it tonight with Si Se Puede. If people are talking about people, because people want to know who's being targeted and all that. If your opinion is hey, let's go back to the fucking temple pyramids and some other shit, and this land doesn't belong to the United States, that's not really gonna chime in with this conversation. That's gonna chime in when we bring a teacher, a history teacher on the channel. Then chime in with 14th, 15th century shit then. It's 2024. How are we going to help the raza in 2024? So after Karina designated me that, I was like, we have a voice now, man. The Alisal district, but even further than the Alisal district, which has a lot of history. We had a UFW headquarters. I don't know how many cities had a UFW headquarters, but we had a UFW headquarters. Man, I get a little bit upset. You know what I mean? They're misfeeding, they're misleading and misfeeding the raza, man, on the internet. And I'm not gonna bark about it for 4 years. I'm just gonna do something about it, man. And as far as Alvin goes, gente, leave that shit in the past, man. I'm done with that shit. Don't bring that up no more. I have nothing against Alvin. Nothing, man. I'm not all the clips. Like I said, I even use half of them that you guys fucking sent me. But leave that shit alone, man. You guys were sending me screenshots yesterday that it looked like a corn set, a low budget corn set or some. I'm like, leave that shit alone, man. Tecato hour, leave it alone, man. I'm done with that because the neighborhood council was never gonna do nothing. The city council was never gonna do nothing because you know who they. Okay, those two they look up. Shit rolls downhill. The pyramid is up. The pyramid. Fucking Marvelous posted on his IG stories. Musk elite. Pinche Marvelous, man. Can't wait to have you on the channel, cabron. Kyle, man. Musk elite. Damn it, that's crazy, man. They say after a certain threshold of money that you have to fucking join a certain club. But I'll hold. Maybe Diddy was in that club, right? The two north of 200 billion club. And then Peachy Zuckerberg looking down Jeff Bezos' fucking fiance's shirt. The wifey said, yeah, a lot of men are pendejos and do that. And she ain't lying. Anyways, we got juice, we got power. We're gonna mobilize, and this ain't gonna be. It's ain't gonna be slow progress because now we're higher at the top. We're on top of the city. We're in the regional now. We're in the regional politics scene again. They want our vote, gente. You don't think they want our vote? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, man? I've been saying this for months. Once we wake up the sleeping giant, rally around the right movement that's down the middle, showing us by the numbers how they're helping us, or else I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear hearsay. Show me. We're going to start doing data analytics. We want accountability. And CBP and ICE being transparent it helps. Now, of course, it's not saying, oh, do we want them to give up the operations? And then, well, of course not. They're going to fucking, but what the raza doesn't have is information. They're missing it. People want to know who's getting targeted. People didn't even know this. Did you know the makeup demographic of the field workers that are out there? I'm talking about now. So this ain't a popular meme. This ain't a popular opinion. This ain't maybe something the cool kids will say. That doesn't even make up a quarter of the demographic. Because most of them, they don't even give up their apartments no more. They stopped giving up their apartments. Fuck, like 15, 20 years ago, they would always give up the apartment, move out, and then have to reapply and get a new deposit. And then the raza realized, I'm like, why are you guys doing that? Just send. I kept telling them, send the money order, manda el dinero, porque cada año se va a subir la renta. And if you lock in the rate low, I've been telling the raza this for over 20 years now. For over 20 years. And they listen one by one. Oh, me dijo oh, sí, okay. And that was it. Now look, no, a lot of the properties are under market. It's over, bro. He is, man. He's JD Santana. That's cool, man. You know what I say about pendejos that are on the internet that just act like that and shit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Our brown people feed America. Our brown people feed America. Our people put food on the table for American people. I give a lot of respect to the farm working people. Yeah, of course. So that's the topic way. So, we're honing in on that because me, where I'm at from, si se puede, where he's at from, make up the majority of the farm work. If anyone has firsthand experience at this shit, is me and si se puede. We've seen the farm working community. They have a headquarters over there. That headquarters over there might be older than Salinas. I'm pretty sure because Salinas got really recognized, because of the corrida run. The corrida from Salinas to Yuma is the biggest run. You want to make the most money, you got to get on the biggest run. I know you have to leave your family and all that shit, but a lot of people did it for their families. You know, you better have her, Stacey. I'm ready to go anytime, cabrón. I'm ready to go 5, 6 rounds, man. 8 rounds all the time. No, I haven't worked out in 3, 4 days. What you don't do when you're sick, gente, with like a FLU, you don't diet. You could sweat it out, sit in the sauna and work out. I'm sure that's better for you. You probably would have sweated it out faster, but you don't diet. Your body needs all those pinchy carbs to fight off the sickness. The last thing you want to do is fucking try to get skinny and shit. You know, I got a pull-up bar. Nomás no la puesto, man. A buddy's gonna come through. So, anyways, gente, this initiative right here is gonna help the people. This is the voice of the people. This is what the people are crying to see right here. I'm gonna read it one more time. This is on the ballot. This is on the agenda on 210. Okay. And all the people, there's these people that screen record, people that screen record. The agenda could be made public. You know what I mean? You know what I feel like buying? I feel like I'm going to buy those Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I feel like I'm going to buy those glasses. And then, but I heard they're only integrated with Facebook and IG, that you can't go on YouTube on them. But if they had YouTube capabilities, going live right there, that's transparency. I'll tell you. In efforts to provide clarity, on immigration practices throughout, this is the voice of the heartbeat of the farm working community. In efforts to provide clarity on immigration practices throughout our Monterey County farm working community, we, Mike and Christine Diaz, lead this initiative on behalf of all Monterey County farm workers to ensure them that the RNHA supports them fully in their efforts to acquire transparency of policy practices with immigration agencies. Did you hear that? You want to talk how to bring stability? There has to be an open line of communication. We will provide a bridge of communication between the Monterey County farm workers, contractors. I mentioned the 8 big ones. Why do you think they have headquarters over here? You know how much money the raza is buying houses now. You know how much de mis clientes are first-time home buyers that 100% of their 2 to 4 year income history was the fields? Do you know how many? I'll hold. We will provide a bridge of communication between the Monterey County farm workers contractors and the CBP, Customs Border Patrol, ICE, and Immigration Custom Enforcement, in order to facilitate in order. Usually half the fucking sentence is fluff, and everything after the second half is what the point they're trying to get across. In order to facilitate communication of any information that is requested, needed to know, or not provided to farm workers in Monterey County. This would provide stability to Monterey County farm workers. Key. This is the main point is always in the middle of the fucking initiative. My bad, I shouldn't even be cursing. Buenos dias, gracias, Chanate. This would provide stability to Monterey County farm workers, which hasn't been provided under the previous administration. People can argue of that and say for the last 40 years. People can argue that and say for the last 60 years. That can go a lot of different ways. It's not really, we're not drilling down on anything, or else we'd have to provide the receipts, right? The RNHA supports the farm workers and have heard their voice for an open line of communication with immigration agencies and their request for support. The request for support, man, as they pick America's fruits and vegetables. We, Mike and Christine, will be a voice for all Monterey County farm workers as we bridge all voices in the unison towards an understanding of community stabilization and cooperation with state and federal agencies. Now, that last part that's there, again, any part of this thing, you want to spin something, go ahead and have at it. You've got more fucking spins in you than a Texas tornado. But hold on, let me go back to the comments. Who went pendejo? Oh man. I'm glad I didn't read that way because estaba manejando. Imagine. I gotta go to date. I gotta go to Santa Cruz. Tengo otra propiedad. You know, it's crazy, man. It's like a little 3-bedroom one. It's a fixer upper. I'll tell you that. It's beat up. Yeah, it got rain batter. But I got a deal, and I'm making it work. That someone else didn't make it work. I always have to clean up someone else's job and shit, clean up someone else's mess. But it's a gorgeous little property, man. That's the kind of lot that I like because ahí vas a tener land. We don't need to be so fixated on structures and buildings and glass mansions hanging off of the ocean. I'd rather have land. Anyways, I gotta go to Santa Cruz today. But hold on. Our last alpha brain. And then read some more comments, man. Oh man, that's crazy, man. I'm over it, man. I'm over that shit, man. See you all in Michoacan, Mexico. The majority of, I'll tell you what makes up Salinas, man. You want to go back to Mexican, who are the most, de qué estados is the raza that live, the majority that live in Salinas? I don't want to say the whole 831 because there's different cities, and I'll just leave that up to people that grew up in the other cities. I would say Michoacan and Jalisco. But of course, there's an indigenous community too, like deep, deep indigenous community, like, Santa Maria. Serio. All right, you guys. That's comments in the night. Oh, the night or the morning. The late show at nighttime. Michael Montegrasum Chanate. That's right, my boy. With sugar. I told a story one time. It was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, this dude used to send me a Cadillac. And I said, boy, this is all hot chocolate, brown sugar, syrup. How's that even anything? Listen, this is the biggest lesson. If you're not on the same playing field, you're not in the same game. Putting your head in the sand like an ostrich avails our field workers nothing. Advocacy or progress, man. Because progress in the sense of this, if it's been the same forever, recognize the patterns, what have been done, what's been done in the past. Let's not make those mistakes. And then how are we even making room in the future? What's our objective? What are we doing here, man? You know, I could do neighborhood watch all night long. Fuck it. I'll put on a windbreaker and walk around if I ever felt like a spike or something and someone needed a chequeada. That's easy. You know what I mean? But we're fixing to go ahead and put all these groups together in a room. We're fixing to have a conversation for transparency and stabilization of the community. And it's already on a table that's higher than the city. But I'll hope. Trump signed to take your citizenship away. Damn, that's gacho. He just shoots a shot coming in. No warning shots, pinche Pancho Zapata. He took mine away, wait? Me? No, you're not saying me, right? I actually have two. You know that, right? You know I'm Mexican, right? También, citizenship, right? Birth certificate, UNAM. I think they call the Social Security in Mexico, they call it UNAM. Tengo UNAM, un número de CUR. That's like a Social Security number. If you don't have that, you can't buy property. So if you ever see those ads, Rosarito and this and that, just get your dual citizenship. It makes it easier. La migra. Hey, here's a myth. That's half of the farm workers, if not all the farm workers. No, 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 no. What you're doing is scaring all the fucking farm workers. That's what you're doing. Scaring the shit out of the farm workers for what the demographics aren't. We'll see how much we could talk about that. We'll see. We're not just putting all kinds of shit out there. We'll see how much we could talk about certain things like immigration statuses. That's a sensitive topic. We don't say it directly. In general, like this, a general release, that's some good shit that's coming our way. Trust me, that's some good shit. I feel like getting the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. That way, yeah, they'll at least have Facebook and IG Live. Okay, I'll go Facebook and IG Live. Boom. I'm putting that shit in my cart right now. You know what I mean? Chemo's Flicks. I appreciate you, my boy. Chemo just stepped in the building. Of course, I always have to recognize, take a second. Always, always. It's like you're in front of the social club, and then the Crown Victoria pulls up. Black, wax, clean, 15s, 2-inch walls, original caps, but shining. Chemo gets out. My boy. I appreciate you, way. Gracias, chanate, cabrón. I'm actually wrapping up. I gotta go to Santa Cruz, way. We'll be watching. Damn it. Accountability is a motherfucker, man. People don't got palabra no more, bro. I realize that already. And if I point it out, people want to get on my bumper. If I want to talk about accountability for a second, when I see people are making videos, they'll make a video about it. Oh, see everyone in the chat in Mexico. Are you talking about Mexico rapping corridos? Yeah, that's the youngster over there. He's cool, man. He's cool. I know he said OG. I said, don't call me that, man. Unless you mean old goat. Unless you mean old goat. I'm out, you guys. Live on Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. Birthright citizenship is guaranteed by Constitution without approval of Congress. It's just posturing for clickbait. No, this is what people don't understand, is that the majority of the free world doesn't do it. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter if you're Spanish. If you were back in the day, most of the free world still operates like this. If you were Spanish from fucking Spain and you went to a vacation in Jamaica and you had your baby over there, they wouldn't put on the birth certificate the baby is Jamaican. And since that was what's understood, doesn't have to be explained, it's never been put on the table as some kind of fucking theory that, but I think it's been spun 10 different ways, man. 10 different ways. Trump declaring war on cartels crazy. No, that's like putting gang enhancements way. That's like putting, I said this already, didn't I? It's like putting gang enhancements, you know? The youngsters don't even know, and they're doing hood vlogs. Well, not these youngsters, but, other people. They're doing hood vlogs, and they don't even know they're already putting the enhancement on them. But anyways, that's all that is. So instead of letting the guy do 5-10 years and then he goes home, because, some people need to sit down 5-10 years, and then going home, they're going to give him 100 years now. Two guys, speaking of that, I want to end it like this. Two guys just got sentenced. They shot up a Sweet 16 in Georgia. Let me get in some sun, man. Oh, that feels better. Oh, yeah, that felt better. And you know how many years they got? Because it was gang related. You know how many years? It's public record. It's out there already. Both of them got 320 years. Is that too much? Some people say too little. I let the raza decide. I was like, they're taking the jobs back. Damn it. Let's see. We're on the bus going to Mexico, cabrón. All of us, nopales y todo eso. No, we got a voice, man. So again, the initiative, go back and watch it, man. We're doing something. We ain't all talk over here. The rubber's gonna meet the road sooner or later, and I'm gonna buy these Ray-Bans and show you guys live. How we're getting complete transparency and cooperation, and that's all that the people want. Period. All right, you guys. Last comments of the night, cabrones. NTV, that's right, my boy. Get your fucking money, man. Hit the gym and feel better. I just sweated through 2 t-shirts last night, way. I'm barely getting better. If you're born, if you are born in a vessel, you're eligible for citizenship under the flag of the vessel and territory under where you're born. Okay. But I mean, Javier, you know this, that who makes an issue out of it? Someone that it matters to? Like, bro, we're the ones that are being born, right? Like me and you, we're the fucking babies in question in this context. Me and you are the babies in this context. Of course, we weren't fucking old enough to even care about this, so it just gets automatically given to you by the governments. You know, they stamp a label on you. Bah. So it could have happened to me. The wife said Luis Miguel, dad Spanish, mom Italian, on tour. The dad was on tour, was born in Puerto Rico, and then basically after Puerto Rico, they moved to Mexico and has been there all his life. How many labels you want to put on him? You can put four labels on him. So it just depends. Like, are we fighting for this shit or what? Or some people are fighting this shit because they want a free check. You know that they want free lunch. No one's talking about that, but I'll hold. MTP4 way. That's right. Yep. Most of these racist clowns, damn, talking some shit about it. People been living in California a very long time. Before California was part of America. Damn. El Californio, bro. We're going to end it like this. That's a good note. Mi familia. El Californio, when he passed away, go and watch it. 1995. Epic movie. Edward James Olmos. That's on the TV tonight. Watch it. Edward James Olmos. Mi familia. They went to the uncle. He walked from Michoacan to LA and he found his great uncle. And when he passed away, he said, I want you to bury me in La Milpa, in the backyard. And I'm already going to make my sign. And the sign he put when they buried it on the ground and the Milpa after he passed away was, when I was born here, this was Mexico. And as I lay here now, this is still Mexico. Damn it. To the casket. I just threw in a sample for you. La Chicano Street. I'm out, you guys. I gotta go to Santa Cruz. Keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing, you guys. All right. Trap in. I might just go live in a quick mix. All right. I'm out. Remember what I always say. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.